What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Nick. Like I'm telling y'all, man, y'all need to pay attention. This shit ain't nothing but a soap opera. You see what this shit say? It say CDC again updates guidance to say COVID-19 can spread by airborne transmission. Now, like I had told y'all, man, I made a video a couple of weeks ago, like last week, and I was explaining this shit to y'all. I had done broke it down and told you, like, look, man, they trying to make this shit airborne. I've been putting little bits of information on Facebook all throughout the week. Look, man, they trying to make it airborne. They trying to make it airborne. Y'all people are not smart enough to understand that shit is not possible. I'm not trying to be offensive when I say you ain't smart enough, but it's only the evidence shows that people are not smart enough because they're actually out here pushing this shit and nobody is out here questioning it. Now, like I told you, man, I don't like to brag about being scientifically inclined, but I like to understand. And the thing about it is that I understand how our biology and I understand how our respiratory system works. I understand a lot about science. And these things that they talking about nowadays are fucking possible. People say that they can spread through airborne transmission. You understand that means that this shit can float in air and it doesn't fall but it's a whole bunch of bullshit, man. You know what I mean? So this is the article right here. That's basically, like I told you, man, they had took that one article down because they had to reword it. They knew that people was going to catch on to that shit and be like, hold the fuck on. You mean tell me that it's attaching itself to aerosols? Aerosols, that's basically like oxygen. That means that if it's attaching itself to aerosols, it's so small that a mask won't work. Well, see, now they had to reword this shit to get you to think that it's airborne and that, you know, it can just be in the air on its own. That it ain't an aerosol, but it's still airborne. It's just small enough that, the mask can still stop it, but, 6 feet won't. You get what I'm saying? So let me read this article to y'all, man. And after that, then I go ahead and give you my synopsis about what I think about this bullshit. Because I'm telling y'all, man, it is fucked up. They go back and forth every day. 1 minute is this, next minute is that. Oh, it can't affect children. It can't affect that. You know what I mean? It can affect these people, but it can't affect those people. You know what I mean? All this shit, man, is a fucking joke. You know what I mean? All right, at the top. My bad, man. I'm sorry. This fucking shit do that bullshit. All right, at the top it says CDC again updates guidance to say that COVID-19 can spread by airborne transmission. All right. The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention has again updated its guidance. Its guidance is not rules, it's just guidance about how COVID-19 spreads to include information about potential for airborne transmission. You know what I mean? They want you to say it's a potential. Yeah, go ahead. Include that in there. Make sure that these people start understanding so that when y'all start thinking this as a potential, it's going to become a fucking fact. Because all it is about perception. Whatever you perceive to be true is what they're going to make true through a whole bunch of analytics that you will never fucking see. Let me break it down. They are going to do shit that you don't know about, and they're going to hold it against you because you don't know about it. That's what they're going to do. And as long as you continue to not know about it and keep running around here saying, oh, it's real. Look at CNN. They just reported now we're at 209,000. We were just at 200,000. You know what I mean? Like a post I put the other day, man. It shows Wuhan, China. This is where we got this shit from. Do you know since March 15, a little bit before that, these folks have had little to no cases of actual events going on with coronavirus? How much have you heard about this outbreak in Wuhan? These are the people that started it. But now it's all over here. Wuhan, bro, it's nobody. And another thing, while I'm on the topic, let me go ahead and let you know about this because it's something that everybody needs to know. Now, the UK has already decided that 30 million people in the UK is going to get the vaccine and they're going to do it by force. They are doing that shit right now. Those people ain't even affected. Their numbers don't have nowhere near the outcome that we got, but 30 million people are going to get tested. No, not tested, but vaccinated. Now, let me do this little number shit. It's only 47 million people that's in the UK. Guess what? It's more than 50 million niggas in America alone. But yet we out here comparing ourselves to those people, and then we out here worried about them. They not worried about them. You got to think about it. It's 400 million people in America. 200 million people that will side with black people, if not are black people. I highly suggest and highly believe that our numbers are deflated in order to give us a sense of false security. In order to make us think that we ain't got no numbers, we can't do this and that, da. But anyways, I done deferred. What I'm talking about, man, is the fact that these people are testing everything over there in Europe. If they have an outbreak over there, they just gonna go ahead and squash it, go to war with their ass, this and that, da. But guess what? It's all scripted so it can come here. This is the play zone that they at. I mean, man, if you just watch movies, TVs, all this shit like that, man, that's what they doing. I'm playing this video game. It's called Tom Clancy, The Division. It's about this airborne transmitted fucking virus. Now, the whole game ain't nothing about nobody sick. It's about the people. It's about the rioters versus the fucking people that's enforcing everything. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a virus in the midst of all of this shit. So it's like they've been planning on doing this shit for a long time. Biological chemical warfare has been a topic of the United States, the government, ever since the 80s, ever since the Cold War, when they was telling folks that they had these types of capabilities. Well, since that point in time, they never did be able to develop them. They done found out that all the places that they done went to and tried these biological bacterial diseases on, like Africa, have been able to not only kill the virus, but be able to become immune to the virus just by exposure to the virus. Because your body basically does that. Once your body knows how to do something, it computes it, it understands it, it knows how to break it down and beat it. That's why they try to fuck you up with these virus protocols. But the thing about it is that this is not that. If you was exposed to COVID-19, the best fucking thing you can do is get exposed to it, let your body beat it, and then go ahead and go over it. All these people running around, I think I had this. If you did, let's say that this is a thing to have, all right? If you had it, the best way for you to defeat it is for your body to naturally go its course and be able to use its own resources to kill it. You don't have to inject yourself with foreign objects that nobody knows what it is. Like right here now at this point in time, it's not about the capability. It's not about their ability to be able to treat a virus. It's about their ability to have permission to be able to do whatever they want to do with you. Now, I'm making this video a little bit long. I said I was only going to make it like 5 minutes. So let me go ahead and just read the article so y'all can see the fuck shit that they be on, man. But please, somebody feel what I'm talking about, because I just get tired of seeing this shit. I hate being the only person that's out here that's actually giving a fuck about the scientific information. Everybody keep on talking about coronavirus. It's a scientific thing, but nobody talking about the science of it. They're just talking about the analytics. Oh, man, it's real. It's real. Like I ask folks, how do you know it's real? Show me your proof to tell me it's real. Man, they show it on TV all day long, but you know they ain't gonna just shut the government down because it ain't. Like, why they won't? Motherfucker done showed you they'll shut this shit down for nothing. They've been trying to do this shit forever, man. They've been trying to push this biological shit onto our people. But, man, it's more mental than it is physical. So like I've been telling everybody, this is a mental fucking disease. And right now, American people are sick in the head because they have no comprehension skills. They have no analytical skills. I'm not the smartest fucking person in the world, but goddamn, I feel like everybody else in the world is dumb as a rock. Because, you know, but when you look at it, man, look at the average people that we're talking about. Half of these people don't even understand. They barely made it out of school with science. And the science that we was being taught at that point in time, it was so heavily loaded with information that's not understandable that most people, when they got past and through with it, they never wanted to look at it again. So now the foundations of science that you did know, you done forgotten, gotten rid of. But people that are scientifically inclined and actually love science, they know that the job of science is to explain. But now these fucked up ass scientists in the last 20 years or so have been telling you that science is always wrong and it's their ability to change it that makes it good. That's a fucking lie. If I fuck up, man, a rock ain't gonna become no water just because of the fact that I goddamn was wrong. A rock is a rock. You get what I'm saying? Science is supposed to be something, empirical science, which means something that cannot be denied. You can have science in which you testing stuff to see, okay, a theory. All right, let's say something like this: a little rock falls faster than a big rock. That is science, even though it is false science, because a big rock with more mass is gonna fall than heavier than something with no mass. You get what I'm saying? That right there is still science, but it's not proven science. Undeniable science and empirical science is saying, hey, something that has more mass falls faster than something with less mass. You get what I'm saying? That's empirical science. It cannot be debated. You get what I'm saying? But instead, we'll go on pseudoscience. And pseudoscience is things that can be perceived to be true, but don't have no applicable proof to prove that they are true. Like, I be telling folks, DNA. People get mad at me and be like, you just think you don't know nothing about that shit. That shit, these people ain't gonna spend that time. Just because you don't know about it, they are allowed to continue to do so. Ask doctors, ask any of these folks that so-called claim to be so fucking smart and supposed to do this shit. Ask them what they know about these processes. Like virology. People don't understand. Your doctor cannot open a virus. Like whenever they do get ready to administer this CDC virus or whatever, you think, oh, I'm going to my doctor, he's a good doctor, he can do this. No. Your doctor can't do a fucking thing. Your doctor have no idea what it is they put inside your body. It is a sealed container. And guess what? It is a federal fucking offense which mandates quarantine if any one of them seals is broken without being, you know how they do it? They stick the needle inside of the top and then they pull the shit out. If that seal is broken or if that shit falls or anything like that, the whole building has to be shut down by the CDC until they can come in there and decontaminate it. Now, this is the same shit that you put inside of your children on a daily fucking basis. One of those valves was to drop, you got to shut down the whole fucking hospital because of the fact that it's a hazardous material. But yet, y'all want to put this shit in your bodies, all right? And when it comes time to implement this shit, you got to ask yourself, do you really know what's going into your body? Because the scientists, after they seal it up and they ship it out, it can't be touched at all. It can't even be examined. It can't like they can't say, okay, well, I didn't have no patient to give this to, so I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna examine it myself, and I want to see what's in it. People do not understand this is a process that goes on every fucking day. You need to talk to these scientists, but ain't nobody talking to these scientists to say, hey, excuse me, sir, how did you get that analysis that you sent out? Why did the CDC send out these guidelines? Where's their information to see this? Like, you have not seen no proof at all. Only thing that you are doing is you seeing that these people think that they shit don't stink and that they can tell you any fucking thing and your ass will believe it. And so far, they are correct. Because I see so many people, the ignorance is just crazy. And then it pisses me out because, like, as y'all can tell, I'm not no fucking idiot. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm not dumb. But what pissed me off is I have to argue about this situation with dumb people. And I get tired of it. I hate to be offensive, man. But listen, if you don't do no research on fucking coronavirus or any of this shit, then please don't come at me talking about what you believe and what you think. Like, man, that shit is fucking retarded. That's what got you destroyed. It's because you don't know no better. You believe this. Well, I think that. I think it's true. I don't know. How this, I don't know. But you think ignorance is a key to your success. That's the reason why we are destroyed, because we have no knowledge. We don't know nothing about the ledger. We don't know nothing about science. We don't know nothing about technology. This is more of a technological advancement in human analytics than it is an actual technological advancement in human capabilities. Now, let me reiterate that. These people are better with computers than they are with actual goddamn science. You get what I'm saying? They are using this science in these video games and this 3D image and renderings in order to get your mind fucked up. Your mind, everybody talking about, I woke, my third eye wide open. Man, that motherfucker, you ain't got no your third eye goddamn is blind. You get what I'm saying? These people don't understand that they're taking in all of this bullshit into their brain and then they create this perception. Like, some of the young dudes be on Facebook all the time. He always talking about, yeah, this is an illusion, this is an illusion. But, bro, the thing I be trying to tell this man is that every single thing that you are eluding off of has been put into your mind. So the illusions that you are referencing your mind off of were already put there. You get what I'm saying? Like, so you basing everything off of an illusion, but you think that your mind and how it feels about the illusion is reality. That's crazy. Like, you got to get something. You got to get your source of information from somewhere. This environment is real. Like, people think, oh, we imagine this environment. We got the ability to create. We just lost it. We forgot how to do it. The white man came here and made us forget. Like, nigga, if you had that power, they never got here to be able to make you forget. People just fucking retarded, though. Black man want to try to be so the shit. Like, black people are becoming the weakest people on the planet by far. You know what I mean? Because one, our minds, we just go with the flow. Oh, everybody better than us. Everybody know everything. We don't know. We don't know nothing. We just out here. We just give me money and I'm fine. You know what I mean? Everybody just in their own little zone. Ain't no black people trying to think about coordinating together. And when they do, man, it's in a fucked up ass way about some shit that makes no sense. But let me go ahead and read this damn article, man. I'm so pissed off. The shit just fucked with me, man, because I can't stand to see people losing this little bit ass battle to these people, man. I mean, it's crazy. All right, let's get into this shit, man. The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention has again updated its guidance about how COVID-19 spreads to include information about potential for airborne transmission. CDC continues to believe, based on current science, that people are more likely to become infected the longer and closer they are to a person with COVID-19, the agency says in a statement Monday. Today's update acknowledges the existence of some published reports showing limited uncommon circumstances where people with COVID-19 infected with COVID-19 infected others who were more than 6 feet away or shortly after the COVID-19 positive person left an area. They said that somebody basically, like a fucking fart. You know what I mean? This shit spread like a fart. Somebody fart and it spread all throughout the house. You can smell that shit. Oh, you getting sick off this shit. That's what they basically trying to fucking say. All right? And then goddamn, let's say somebody fart in a room and then you come in that room 10 minutes later and you still smell that motherfucker, you get sick. That's what they trying to goddamn do. Like, man, this shit is a mental thing. It's about making you think the impossible is possible. Because if they can make you believe that shit without you ever goddamn questioning vaccines, man, please. they'll goddamn tell you, well, they'll change the name of this shit and be like, well, it's not a vaccine, it's a stimulant shot. It's just a stimulation shot to stimulate your vital systems. And your ass will take it. Oh, yeah, well, it ain't a vaccine, dog. A vaccine different. A vaccine is a liquid that you put in your arm that's clear. With these people, they just gonna put it in the IV. And the IV, it ain't no same thing. It's different. You know what I mean? That's the way we think. That's the way we process information. We don't compute. Computers compute. We don't. We let these computers compute information for us that we design. People don't understand how computer programming works. It works off of a program in which you have to design. You have to give it its results. You have to see the results. And everything that it's measuring is based off of the results that you have already done. When you understand how electronics work, when you understand how technology really works, then you understand that this pseudo-science bullshit that you rely on ain't worth a damn. All right? Today's update acknowledges the existence of some published reports showing limited uncommon circumstances where people with COVID-19 infected other people who were more than 6 feet away or shortly after COVID-19 positive person left an area. In these instances, transmission occurred in poorly ventilated and enclosed spaces that often involved activities that cause heavier breathing like singing or exercise. Such environments and activities may contribute to the buildup of virus-carrying particles. That right there is only trying to get you to get rid of church and all your activities in which you do exercise at, like your gyms and shit like that. Now, they know that singing is light exercise. You singing will actually probably help your goddamn immune system and help your breathing much better than anything else. You need to stimulate your breathing. You need to stimulate and exercise, which stimulates your breathing. You know what I mean? So they are trying to get people to be more decrepit, because if your body and your immune system can't fight the virus off like they've been trying to tell folks, then they can get your ass sick. That's what they're trying to do. Keep you in the house, keep you away from other people. Whenever you're around people, you build up immunity. Your immune system works better, and it starts to work. It's like you driving a car. If you don't drive it, motherfucker, eventually this shit gonna stop working. You know what I mean? So it's like the more that you are out here and you practicing good manners and good health and shit like that there, with this sanitization and all that shit like that there, your immune system is actually going down. It's actually getting worse. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, we already read that there. Still, the available data suggests it's much more common for the virus that caused COVID-19 to spread through the close contact with a person who has COVID than through airborne transmission. The new guidance says how COVID-19 spread. Now, see, basically, man, what they saying is that, like, basically, the way it used to spread was through droplets, which is going to say down here. But, see, they trying to change the language. Like I told y'all in the last video, if y'all is paying attention just a slight bit, you will see that these people are trying to condition your mind. This is MK Ultra to the fucking fullest. You've got to reiterate this shit and make people believe it. Eventually, down the road, 5 or 6 years from now, you'll forget why the coronavirus started, how it started, and your ass will just be on to the whole implementation of the plan and shit like that there. Like with the Las Vegas Raiders. If y'all look at this shit, watch the football, man, them folks ain't wearing masks, this and that, but these folks are out here finding them. And the article said it's more about the implementations of the protocols at this point than it is about the safety of the players. They are more concerned about them not following protocols and following rules and showing other people that they must submit than they are about the safety of the fucking players. If the safety of the players is concerning, they don't care. What they care about is that John Gruden and the rest of them motherfuckers is showing the rest of the league that they don't see no big problem with it. Well, what they need is they need consistency amongst all organizations to say, yes, the coronavirus is real. Yes, we fear it. Yes, it's going to happen. Yes, it's hurting us. They need that. So whenever you have one chink out of your chain that's not doing that, it makes it look like somebody ain't as consistent as they want to be. So that's why they run around here giving out a fucking, like, man, how's you gonna find somebody $100,000 goddamn dollars, $100,000 simply for a fucking mask? Like, you gotta understand, that means it tells you that their mind and their frame is worth that kind of money. Because this process, what they want to do, they want to try to make a motherfucker wear these masks. They know that if you wearing masks, you breathing in carbon dioxide, you breathing this shit in, you're not breathing the same shit that your body naturally used to. Like this, your body grows in an environment, all right? Like this, for example. Some of the African people over in Africa, they're immune to basically like venoms. They're immune to certain snake venoms because what they do is they drink snake venom from the time that they as children and shit like that. Now, a lot of these people around the world do that in their environment. They get immune to anything that's in their environment. Now, you can leave here, living in Georgia, living in Texas, Florida, wherever the fuck you from, you can leave here in the Americas and go over there to Africa, touch a native plant over there and get and have the worst reaction that you ever seen. Why? Because your body has not set up the biology with that ecosystem. your body sets up sustainably off of your ecosystem. The longer that you're in the ecosystem, the more that your body responds to that type of weather and environment. That's the same thing with a sickness or a disease. These things cannot spread in certain places, you know what I mean? And they cannot spread when your body has actually, you know what I mean, a good immune system. So if you keep your immune system strong, you don't have to worry about no COVID-19. Then you got President Trump, who's supposed to be on quarantine. He only went there for 3 days, and now he back out. Because he knows it's a fucking joke, man. He just want to do this shit so he can say, oh, man, you know what? We got to be cautious. He going to be like, you know what? I actually took the vaccine. That's the reason why I got back so good, you know. But this video getting a little long, man, so let's go on ahead and finish this shit. How COVID-19 spreads. The agency still says COVID is thought to mainly spread through close contact between people. See, they trying to change the language. They not even saying droplets no more. Now, they going to say it right now here because I already read this shit. Within 6 feet of each other. When people with COVID-19 cough, sneeze, sing, talk, or breathe, they produce respiratory droplets. These droplets can range in size from larger droplets, some which are visible, to smaller droplets. The guidance says small droplets can also form particles when they dry very quickly in the airstream. But the CDC now says the virus can spread through small particles of virus that linger in the air and may be able to infect people more than 6 feet away. In closed spaces with poor ventilation, a person who is breathing heavily while singing or exercise, for example, can infect people who aren't nearby, even after persons with COVID-19 has left the space. Basically, like I was telling you about the fart shit, man, they trying to make this shit to where it's like you are so afraid of everybody else. You ain't even having no fucking sicknesses. You ain't even getting sick. People out here fighting people because, oh, you ain't wearing your mask. I swear, I'm telling y'all like this, and one of y'all motherfuckers run up on me talking about wearing the fucking mask, I'm catching an assault charge. I promise you. You get 6 feet in my fucking space, I'm taking that as a threat. You ain't gonna have to worry about no fucking corona, because I'm gonna hit you with some shit that's gonna make sure you understand what the fuck it is. I'm telling y'all shit, man, because that's what this shit gonna come down to. It's coming down to those who gonna comply and those who ain't gonna comply. And my thing is this, y'all who are complying is fucked up in the head and ignorant. And you only doing it because you bitch made. Y'all ain't shit. You know what I mean? You run around here acting like, oh man, we strong, we smart. I love God. I love Jesus. But now you run around here fearing to these fucking people that's going out here creating this shit. And then you ain't even got no fucking evidence. You know what I mean? When you really look at the evidence that you have, you see that these people have put you into their care with no goddamn, like family members. You can't even see your own fucking people when they get into these people's hands. And now these people come back and then they die. And you got to sit there and accept this shit as being COVID-19. And you know it's not. You know goddamn well that this shit ain't no fucking COVID-19. This is permission to kill. That's what it is. That's what they should call that shit. Not no COVID-19. Because that's what it is. It's permission to fucking kill. Alright. The new guidance also is about, the new guidance is also clear about asymptomatic transmissions. People who are infected do not show symptoms can also spread the virus to others, it says. Just because you ain't got no symptoms and shit like that, you fucked up. That's crazy. You sick without being sick. Oh yeah, it's some type of virus. Like, man, you gotta understand, these people have been using this technology to try to create these instances to where they can make you believe that shit. But the only thing that they never had was actual tangible results. But they done figured out that they don't need results. Dealing with these Hollywood-driven people in America, they want to see everything on TV. If it look good, got a lot of color to it, oh yeah, it's diverse. It looks beautiful. Oh, look at the coronavirus. It's so intriguing. Oh, look at this. This is soap opera. Oh, look at the president. He's got it now. Oh, my God. Did you see Cam Newton? He got it. Wow. You know. Man, this must be real. People has got it now. Oh, my God. Like, man, people just fucking crazy. You know what I mean? However, CDC says COVID-19 spreads less commonly through contact with contaminated surfaces and rarely between people and animals. CDC says people can protect themselves from the coronavirus by staying 6 feet away from others, wearing a mask that covers the nose and mouth, washing hands frequently, cleaning surfaces, and staying home when sick. You know what I mean? CDC says previous guidance was posted in error. Now, this is the same shit that I was telling you about the other day. You know what I mean? When they talk about that shit being posted in error and they had to rechange the wording. That's what they doing. They just trying to say it in a different way to make you accept the shit. Nothing that they doing is scientific. You don't see no analysis of science. Only thing you see is new fucking results. New goddamn guidance. New goddamn instructions. But none of them is telling you why these instructions occur, how these instructions occur, or for what likelihood. You know what I mean? Some say they were encouraged last month when the agency dropped, well, my bad. I didn't even read this shit yet. Many researchers and doctors have said for months that coronavirus can be transmitted through small airborne viral particles. In July 239 scientists published a letter that urged the World Health Organization and other public health organizations to be more forthcoming about the likelihood that people could catch the virus from droplets floating in the air. World doctors, world researchers. Like, first of all, doctors are not scientists, okay? Doctors do not study this goddamn virology. They can't. That's not a part of their goddamn description. But y'all believe in doctors. All they gotta say is doctor such and such did, and you believe it. You know what I mean? Some said they were encouraged last month when the agency updated its guidelines to say COVID-19 could spread through the air. You know what I mean? The shit that I was just telling you about. But days later, CDC abruptly reverted to its earlier guidance, which did not include information about airborne transmission. The agency said a draft version of proposed changes had been posted in error, and the guidance would be updated again once the scientific review process was complete. Man, they had to rechange the words. I mean, it's like, man, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm done with this shit, man. You know what? Because I keep spending my time fighting this shit, but more people getting infected mentally because they don't listen. So I'm not gonna keep wasting my goddamn breath breathing, maybe catch the coronavirus because I'm out here talking to my goddamn self. This shit, man, you can't write this shit. But yeah, I goddamn go out here and folks be like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. I gotta go out here, drive myself nuts, arguing with crazy people that don't even give a fuck to understand the real truth behind this shit. But it's right here in front of your face. You know what I mean? I try to show them this information. I ain't trying to figure out that shit. But you'll argue with me about this shit. Being real. Hey, man, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Like I told you, man. I'm ready. Motherfucker come in my goddamn face, I'm busting off World War III. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Y'all motherfuckers also on this bitch ass shit, pussy made and shit like that, man. I'm telling you, man, I've been real from day one, and you gonna see that shit. When the motherfucker come to my motherfucking face, I'm letting you know. Don't come in my face talking that mask shit. Don't even come around me talking about that mask shit. My children have never worn a mask. I have never worn a mask, other than when I got thrown in fucking jail for some bullshit, and they put this ragged ass mask on me, made me wear this motherfucker with all these dirty ass goddamn surfaces. Not one time was these motherfuckers ever clean. Everything in that son bitch was dirty. Even the mask. You know what I mean? My children, they won't go to this school. They won't wear no mask. We don't go to no stores. We ain't wearing that shit. You will not make me submit. I don't give a fuck, and that's all it's about. It's submission. By force or just goddamn ignorance. And y'all doing it the ignorant way. But man, you know what I mean? Like I say, I'm done with this shit. Hey man, if you get it, you got it. Fuck it if you don't. You know what I mean? Peace.